Hello, ma'am. Hello, Karan. I actually have been reading your column since DNA, since the time you've been writing in DNA. And I would like to say that I'm a chartered accountant by profession, but I want to become a writer. I aspire to become a writer. And the way you write, it's all very relevant to, I think it's very relevant across all generations. The question which I would like to ask you is, how different is your parenting style compared to your mom? When your mom raised you and your sister versus you raising, your kids in today's times, I think how similar are you all or how different are you all? I mean, we would all like to know.
I was raised by wolves. Does that answer your question? So everything, I think if you want to, if your children, you want them to have good values, you have to do two things. Either you really have to imbibe those values and be a really good role model, or you have to be at another extreme where you drink so much and you smoke so much that your children get horrified and say, I never want to grow up to be like that. So you have to choose one of these, really virtuous or really, really deranged. I can't say that my mother was deranged, but what she did for me was she made sure that I was very independent. And she made sure that just by looking at her, I never felt that as a woman I was incomplete or I needed a partner to be complete. I was complete within myself. And that was it. And I think that's carried me through.
A big shout out to Dimple ma'am. I mean, her work in all the movies is something which we get to enjoy. I mean, a big shout out to her as well. And I think that independent, that trait that comes across, writing quite often, I think we all would agree. Always come across as someone very independent and very self-opinionated. Great.
Yeah, and homie, come on, mummy's getting bored, make another movie quickly.
Yes, Akshay, please. Akshay has a question.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
All right. Tina, मुझे हितेश जी ने बताया इस किताब के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ चीज़ें बताई and you have also told me about it. And so all the main characters are all women. So I just want to know whether men are irrelevant in
your scheme of things.
Is dessert irrelevant? No, you need dessert, right, to be happy. So men are important for us to enjoy ourselves and indulge. And I think that a lot of this, what I could do, including going to study, I would not be able to do if he hadn't supported me the way he has. And I would have still done it, but it would have been very difficult. So he was always there. He was, he said, you want to do this? Fine, you do it. And he didn't complain. He didn't say, you're taking my daughter or whatever. But he did get angry once, very angry actually, because wherever I go, stories follow me. So I was in a building and I realized that the person living in that building was somebody who'd been arrested by the FBI for doing a thing called a Vatican scam. And then I got fascinated and I started wanting to chase him and get a story out of it. And I then got another neighbor who said that he was going to help me, and we made this plan to take a bottle of wine and knock on his door. And this was going on, and I kept telling Akshay till this friend told me, I'd helped a journalist who was investigating the Russians doing a visa scam, and he got a great story. They cut off his little finger, but he got a great story. And then Akshay had a fit, and he said, I'm not letting you do this. You're living there alone with my kid. So that was the only time. So he stops me if I'm just about to, fall off the cliff.
Yes,
but till then, he's kind of there. I don't know, maybe he hopes I fall off the cliff. Then he can get married again, but I'm not so sure.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much for making sure she falls off no cliff.